The Learjet 40 and Learjet 45 represent two of the most iconic models in the history of light to midsize business aviation, embodying the combination of speed, efficiency, comfort, and technological innovation that has long defined the Learjet brand. To understand the significance of the Learjet 40 and 45, it is important to first place them in the broader context of the Learjet family, which originated in the 1960s when Bill Lear founded the company and introduced the Learjet 23, a revolutionary small business jet that was faster and more efficient than many of its competitors at the time. Over the decades, Learjet became synonymous with corporate aviation, executive travel, and the lifestyle of speed and luxury in the skies. By the 1990s, the aviation market was evolving rapidly with increasing demand for aircraft that could bridge the gap between light and mid-sized jets, offering greater range, better avionics, and more spacious cabins without dramatically increasing operating costs. It was in this environment that Bombardier Aerospace, which had acquired Learjet in 1990, decided to develop a new line of aircraft that would set the standard in the business jet category. The result was the Learjet 45, which was first introduced in 1995, followed by the Learjet 40, which entered service in the early 2000s as a slightly smaller, more cost-efficient derivative. The Learjet 45 was significant because it was the first clean sheet design under Bombardier's ownership rather than a direct evolution of previous Learjet models. It combined the classic Learjet DNA, speed, performance, and sleek design, with modern improvements that allowed it to compete effectively with rivals from Cessna's Citation line and other manufacturers. The Learjet 45 featured a cabin length of approximately 19.8 feet, a wingspan of around 47.8 feet, and seating for up to 9 passengers depending on configuration. It was powered by two Honeywell TFE 731-20 engines, each producing around 3,500 pounds of thrust, allowing it to achieve a maximum cruise speed of roughly Mach 0.81 and a maximum range of about 1,970 nautical miles. The aircraft had a service ceiling of 51,000 feet, which meant it could cruise above most commercial airliner traffic and weather disturbances, offering passengers a smoother and more efficient ride. The cabin of the Learjet 45 was designed with both comfort and functionality in mind, featuring a flat floor, ample headroom, and executive seating layouts that catered to business travelers. Bombardier also equipped the aircraft with advanced avionics for its time, including the Honeywell Primus 1000 integrated avionics suite, which gave pilots better situational awareness, reliability, and safety. The design also incorporated a double club seating arrangement, giving passengers a more social and productive cabin environment. The Learjet 40, on the other hand, was introduced as a shorter and slightly less expensive version of the Learjet 45. By shortening the fuselage by about 24.5 inches and reducing the maximum number of passengers to 7, Bombardier created a jet that retained much of the performance of the Learjet 45 but with lower acquisition and operating costs, making it highly attractive to smaller companies, charter operators, and private owners who wanted the prestige and performance of a Learjet without the price tag of larger models. The Learjet 40 was powered by the same Honeywell TFE 731-20 engines, ensuring similar reliability and performance characteristics, but because of its slightly reduced weight, it offered excellent takeoff and climb performance. Like the Learjet 45, it featured a maximum altitude of 51,000 feet and a cruise speed near Mach 0.81, though its range was slightly shorter, averaging around 1,700 nautical miles. Depending on payload and conditions. The introduction of the Learjet 40 and 45 was not just about filling market niches, it also demonstrated Bombardier's long-term commitment to evolving the Learjet brand into the 21st century. While earlier Learjets had developed reputations for being fast but sometimes cramped, noisy, or maintenance-intensive, the 40 and 45 addressed many of these criticisms by offering quieter cabins, better ergonomics, improved reliability, and reduced operating costs. Owners and operators praised the aircraft for their ability to deliver consistent performance while remaining economical compared to competitors in the same class. Another key factor in the success of the Learjet 40 and 45 was their appeal to fractional ownership companies such as NetJets, which purchased a significant number of Learjet 45s to include in their fleets. For fractional owners and charter customers, the Learjet 45 provided the perfect balance of range, speed, and comfort for typical business routes across North America and Europe. The aircraft could fly non-stop from cities such as New York to Dallas, Chicago to San Francisco, or London to Moscow, making it highly versatile. The Learjet 40, though shorter in range, still covered a large portion of domestic U.S. routes, making it ideal for companies and individuals needing quick and efficient travel within shorter distances. Both models contributed to the Learjet brand's continued recognition as a symbol of prestige and performance. In terms of operational economics, both the Learjet 40 and 45 offered competitive direct operating costs, aided by the efficiency of the Honeywell engines and the aircraft's aerodynamic design. Maintenance schedules were streamlined compared to older Learjet models, and Bombardier worked to provide global support infrastructure, which further enhanced the appeal for international operators. The aircraft also demonstrated excellent runway performance, allowing them to access smaller regional airports closer to business centers, which added to their value proposition. Another aspect worth noting is the impact these aircraft had on the broader design philosophy of business jets in their category. By offering a clean sheet design in the Learjet 45, Bombardier signaled that the Learjet line was no longer just an incremental update of older models but a forward-looking platform capable of integrating advanced technology. The Learjet 40, as a derivative, proved that the base design was versatile enough to be adapted to different market needs, which in turn strengthened Bombardier's position in the highly competitive business aviation industry. Over time, both models received updates and improvements, including the Learjet 40XR and 45XR variants, which featured upgraded engines, higher maximum takeoff weights, and extended range capabilities. These XR versions further enhanced performance and cemented the reputation of these jets as reliable and capable workhorses in the business aviation community. The Learjet 45XR, for example, increased range to over 2,000 nautical miles and improved hot and high performance, making it more versatile in challenging operating environments. Pilots who flew the Learjet 40 and 45 often remarked on their responsive handling, reliable avionics, and ability to maintain high speeds without sacrificing fuel efficiency. For passengers, the appeal lay in the Learjet's sleek image, comfortable cabin, and the prestige associated with flying on one of the most recognized names in private aviation. Despite their success, however, the Learjet 40 and 45 also faced challenges in later years as competition intensified, particularly from newer models in the Cessna Citation Excel XLS family and Embraer's Phenom series, which offered comparable or better cabin sizes, ranges, and updated avionics. Nonetheless, the Learjet 40 and 45 remained highly respected and widely used throughout their production runs. In terms of legacy, these two models helped define the modern era of Learjet under Bombardier's ownership and served as the foundation for later aircraft such as the Learjet 70 and 75, which carried forward many of the same design principles while adding even more advanced features. The Learjet 40 and 45 also represent an important chapter in aviation history because they bridged the gap between the pioneering early Learjets of the 1960s-80s and the advanced business jets of the 21st century. They showed that the Learjet brand could evolve with the times, adopting modern avionics, passenger comforts, and operational efficiencies while retaining the speed and performance DNA that made Learjet famous in the first place. Even as Bombardier announced in 2021 that it would cease production of new Learjets, the 40 and 45 remain in active service around the world, valued by private owners, corporations, charter operators, and fractional ownership fleets. Pre-owned markets for these aircraft remain strong, with buyers attracted by their combination of affordability, speed, and brand prestige. In many ways, the Learjet 40 and 45 embody the enduring appeal of private aviation, the ability to travel quickly, efficiently, and in style, while maintaining control over one's schedule in a way that commercial airlines can rarely provide. As aviation enthusiasts and industry professionals look back on the evolution of business jets, the Learjet 40 and 45 stand out as important milestones that demonstrated how a classic brand could innovate and adapt while staying true to its roots. They not only carried executives, entrepreneurs, and dignitaries across continents but also carried forward the legacy of one of aviation's most storied names. The Learjet 40 and 45, therefore, are not merely aircraft, They are symbols of innovation, prestige, and the enduring quest for excellence in the skies, securing their place in aviation history as two of the finest business jets ever produced.